Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call hello, Yahweh, Shimeon Shai, Shem Dash. Of course, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders, great millstone, who continue to give us His truth through the Holy Spirit. Salutations to the fellow occupant out there on the highways and byways, pushing His truth throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, in all honesty and sincerity, this is Naaman with the DC camp. As you see here, here's another one of these little factoids, I guess. Something they just decide to tell us now. But it's not going to help you devils, regardless of, you're trying to make yourself look good. And that's something you have to understand about these Edomites, these so-called white people. And this particular piece of shit here traces family lineage back to England. I believe his real name was Springfield or something like that. But he was a so-called Jew. And it was the book called The Real Lincoln or something to that effect. It's been a while. He loves saying nigger. All right, so you always talk, that, he deserved to be revered because he freed the slaves. And you don't know the backstory behind what was going on there. All right, he was far from a benevolent character as far as our people go. All right, again, some lies that were told to our people. All right, and hey, people are waking up to all the bullshit, all the lies. But here we go. This is it says in 1863, Abraham Lincoln relocated 453 freed Israelites, that say black, there go that word again, Americans, to a Haitian island as a part of an experiment. Another name that is meant to, because Haitian actually means, hellish. All right. It says the plan failed catastrophically. So these are, man, the little things you have to pay attention to when you're dealing with this devil. There you go. This picture. It says, here's the points. It says in 1863, Abraham Lincoln enacted a plan to resettle 453 freed black Americans to a Haitian island. Lincoln viewed colonization as a way to free black Americans. Ironically, that's what fucked us all up. All right, it says, but keep them apart from white society, so-called white. The experiment ended in disaster, putting an end to plans for colonization. So what are we saying here? Well, let's continue to read. I'll come back to that. Keep that in mind. It says, on New Year's Eve, 1862, a day before he issued the Emancipation Proclamation to end slavery in America, President Abraham Lincoln signed a contract agreeing to relocate 5,000 free black Americans to the Caribbean. Lincoln had long been a staunch supporter of colonization, the state-sponsored immigration and resettlement of freed black Americans outside America. I guess he was picking up where Monroe left off. All right. He says colonization was widely supported throughout the antebellum United States for religious, economic, and social reasons. Lincoln saw it as a remedy for emancipated black Americans, expressing hope that they would find justice in restoring a captive people to their long-lost fatherland with bright prospects for the future. Okay, first of all, no. Let's dispel that right now. All right, this is because, as I mentioned at the beginning, all right, his people, so-called, are in our land. This is Galatians 4. Verse 26, it says, but Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. All right. So if there's such thing as a fatherland, it would be, all right, the land that presently is occupied by liars, thieves, and every degenerate thing you can think of. Mainly Amalek, tribe of Edom. All right, it says colonization was also seen by some politicians as a pragmatic solution for a country still embroiled in a civil war. It would satisfy those in the Confederate, and you know they like to bring up the lie that the Civil War was not about slavery, and yet when you get to what do they call the articles? Oh, wait a minute. What is it called? Damn it! It tells you specifically that that was the case. Like those are the articles of Confederate, because what happened later, especially around the beginning of the 20th century, you had the what do they call it? Daughters of the Confederacy or something of that organization. I guess something akin to the what was it? Daughters of the American Revolution, but for the Civil War. Anyway, so like the saying goes, and it's true, the South lost the war, but they won everything else. And what I'm getting to is that these daughters of the Confederacy throughout the South mainly had a big hand in the educational system. All right, and where I mentioned at the top about what we were taught in history, by and large, especially in the South, they had a hand in, you know, making you feel sorry for the South. Okay, so just as a side note there, it says, continuing on, it says, in his second annual message to Congress on December 1st, 1862, Lincoln summoned the Union to abolish slavery and proposed a constitutional amendment to colonize black Americans outside the U.S. So here it is, what they're saying in general. You've built this country for us through your blood, sweat, and tears. You've been what goes beyond traumatized, really, but all of this, and yet not even a thank you, get the fuck out. See, that's why this devil has a lot to pay for. He doesn't quite see, well, probably at this stage with things going on and a lot of them sensing that this is it as far as this wicked ass country America is concerned, and even throughout the old Edomite colonized world, they're saying like, damn, what is this the end? Because they see that the elites don't give a fuck about them either. They just had the benefit of looking at like them, all right? And they're going to be sold out too. And they should have seen that long ago with the so-called Jews, what they did. But no, they were too caught up in being, in this case, Americans, and that pride. And wherever else they were, they robbed, raped, and murdered to get. All right. But now they sense that, well, maybe, oh shit, we done this to these people. So you got to understand too, going back to what I was holding out on earlier, these devils have a tendency to be like, I heard an interview with, what was this devil? I don't even think he's got his name, show anymore. He got caught up in some kind of scandal. Couldn't keep his hands off the women co-workers or something like that. But anyway, what was his name? Oh man, you'll know it if I can remember it. Damn it. Anyway, he was on the show. I can't remember his name, Salaki. I can't remember his name, but he was on the show and he was engaged with a caller, and the caller was bringing up some of what I was just saying, and he was saying, "Oh well, we gave him welfare," talking about us, our people. So I'm like, what the fuck did he just say? And this is the thing, they think that they're in a position to, how am I going to say this? They're going to, they are going to punish themselves in whichever way they see fit, because they don't, number one, this highlights the fact that they don't believe in the Most High and His Son. Right there. All right. They don't see real justice being done because they issue out the justice. All right. You understand what I'm saying? So, it doesn't matter. We gave them welfare when most of them, by sheer number, all right, are on that shit. See what I'm saying here? So you will never, ever, if you're expecting any type of justice from the, hey, let's go to the scriptures. This is Psalms. Hey, straight to the point. 43:1. Judge me, O Most High Yahweh, and plead my cause against an ungodly nation. How many times we have to tell you this? All right, these Edomites, these so-called white people, they are ungodly. All right, oh, deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man. Point blank, period. What? What? How don't you get that? And this is King David. He dealt with these motherfuckers. Let's go to 17. All right. And this is, of course, David again. All right. Start at 8. He says he's pleading as a prayer. That's what you are. You're pleading to the Most High. He says, keep me as the apple of the eye. All right. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings from the wicked. Who are the wicked? Malachi, 1st chapter, verses 1 through 4. The nation of Edom. From the wicked, Slaket, that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. 10. They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. And it goes to what I was talking about earlier, their pride enclosed in their own fat. All right. In their own fat. This is Strong's H. Hold on. Strong's H. 2459. Kalab. Choicest. Best part. Abundance. This is what they're preoccupied with. They don't give a fuck about nobody else. Of products of the land. Now, knowing the blessing of Esau, Edom, when you go to Genesis 27, what was his blessing? Whoops, why did I do that? Real quick, let's go back so you can follow along. All right. Let's go here. All right. It started 36, and he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? Because, you know, as the story goes, at the behest of Rebecca, all right, the mother, and this was the, you know, spirit working through her, he went in and, as his name implies, he's a supplanter. But what people fail to understand, you sold your birthright in chapter 25, all right? So nobody stole anything, all right? And in fact, if this was not the right thing to do, it would have been corrected, all right? It says, for he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright. No, again, you sold it because you lacked integrity. And behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord. And all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, my dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. All right. So here it is. Thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. Just to reiterate, the fatness. Fatness, fat piece, fertile place, richly prepared food. Fatness, fat pieces. Stout, vigorous, fertile spots or places. All right, Strong's definitions. Fertile field. All right, the fattest places up here. I think you get the point. This is how he was going to get these and maintain these things. All right, fertile, as it goes down here in the Jacinius Hebrew Chaldean. The fatness of his flesh, fertile meadows, all right, stout, robust, strong, all right. This was his blessing through the sword, just so you understand. All right, so back to this article here, so you understand who we're dealing with. All right, in his second annual message to Congress on December 1st, 1862, Lincoln summoned the Union to abolish slavery and proposed a constitutional amendment to colonize black Americans outside the U.S. He sought plans to realize his vision and received ones that would establish colonies of emancipated black people in countries like New Grenada and Liberia. And he heard about a plan for a colony on, I can't pronounce that, Cow Island, a small island off the coast of Haiti. Lincoln was intrigued, but he had little idea that the endeavor would not only fail catastrophically, leading to the deaths of more than 100 freed black Americans, but also snuff out his lifelong dream of colonization. And you see the postcard here. And you got all these, grateful Negroes on their knees thanking this piece of shit. Anyway, Bernard Koch, an entrepreneur and Florida cotton plantation owner, spied a business opportunity when he visited the 1862 World Fair in London. And impressed by the quality of cotton he saw at the fair, Koch conceived a plan to develop Cow Island into a cotton farm by sending newly emancipated black Americans. So, you say you're going to send them there to free them, but it just says right here that they're it's a cotton farm, that they will be. Oh, this shit ain't even funny, man. I mean, each family will receive homes, access to hospitals and schools, and be given 16 acres of land and their wages after the completion of 4-year work contracts. You really believe that? Wow. 1 month before he signed the Emancipation Proclamation, Lincoln agreed to terms with Koch, which included $600,000 in funds authorized by Congress. Colonization would ultimately be voluntary for those who resettled, but it was strongly encouraged by Lincoln, Koch, and other supporters. Plans for the first government colonization were set in motion. It says black and white abolitionists opposed colonization. Lincoln's proposals for colonization faced major opposition from black and white abolitionist groups. Shame upon the guilty wretches that dare propose, and all that countenance such a proposition, Frederick Douglass wrote in his newspaper, The North Star, in 1849. We live here, have lived here, have a right to live here, and mean to live here. William Lloyd Garrison, a prominent white abolitionist and journalist, denounced the plans as puerile, absurd, illogical, impertinent, and untimely. Animosity reached a fever pitch on August 14, 1862, when Lincoln met with a committee of 5 black leaders at the White House. You and we are different races. We have between us a broader difference than exists between almost any other 2 races. And hey, coincidentally, these 2 shared the womb. All right, and they could be no more different. And it says that in Genesis 25. All right. It says Lincoln told them, only sparking further. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, Lincoln told them, only sparking further outcry and rebuke from opponents. It says the Cow Island experiment quickly, because I can't pronounce that, so that I'm just saying what it actually means. Experiment quickly proved to be disastrous. It says there were early red flags with the Cow Island endeavor. An investigation into Koch in early January suggested he'd used deceptive business practices in prior ventures. Woo-wee, how could we? The U.S. Commissioner in Haiti also told the Lincoln administration that Koch was an unpopular figure in Port-au-Prince, and that he hadn't heard of any progress in constructing the settlement. Lincoln formally rescinded Koch's contract in April 16, 1863, but it was too late. 2 days earlier, on April 14th, more than 450 black settlers boarded a ship to Cow Island, excited to leave former Confederate territory for what they had been told would be a better life. But disaster struck swiftly. A bout of smallpox killed at least 25 settlers at sea. When they arrived on the island, they found no reasonable shelter and had to construct crude huts. Koch, who became the overseer of the island, instituted a strict no work, no rations policy that echoed the antebellum era. See? Got them out there all to self. And again, what do we always say? Never trust, well, the scriptures say that. Never trust thine enemy. Wow. Just what could go wrong? The settlers mutinied 3 months later, and Koch fled the island while the Haitian government dispatched military to maintain order. Finally, on February 1st, 1864, amid escalating media reports that rallied against the project, Lincoln ordered for a naval vessel to rescue the settlers. A month later, a ship carried the 350 surviving immigrants back to America. What, let the scripture speak, what part do you not understand that? Whoo! Go to Deuteronomy, the curses. This is Deuteronomy 28. Gotta go there. And the Most High Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. What does that mean? All right, and they have vocab, no precepts Malone, all right, trying to continually debunk this, but it just simply means, all right, no one's going to redeem you, all right, whoops, no one's, here it is, of the Most High originating, creating, redeeming his people. Redeemed. What does redeemed mean? Let's go to, let's see if I can get it real quick. Let's go to Edom Online. Redeem, here we go. Right there, wait for me. Buy back, ransom, recover by purchase, which he did through his blood. All right, the Lord, Yahweh Shai. All right, the general sense of rescue. No one's going to insert words in the blank there. Rescue, buy back, deliver, save. No one's going to do that except when the Lord comes back. All right, like so simple. All right, now, what the hell just happened? What the? Oh, man, you got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. What the fuck? And I'm trying to find out what the hell did I touch? The heck? Wow. That is really weird. So let me save that in case something happens again. Salakia. of technical difficulty. All right. All right. Let's see where I can find where I left off here. What the? All right, this is getting really weird now. Salaki. The hell is going on? All right, let's see. It's not giving me. Wow. I didn't even want to get to the comments yet, but where the hell did the rest of the article go? Let's see. Man. Let's see. Hey, I apologize. I'm serious. I can't find the rest of the article. Just disappeared. What the fuck? Oh man. Wow. This has never happened to me before. I mean, I was almost finished. Wow. This is crazy. Let's see, notifications. Let's see. Which that's not going to help because, wow. You know what? I don't have any choice because, all right, let's see what this does. Nope, shortened again. What the hell? Wow. This is fucking crazy. Let's see if I can get back to the other one where the comments were. Let's see. Oh man. Nope, that's not it. Damn it. Let's see. Notifications. Nope, that's not it. Let's go to this one. All right, let's see some of the comments here. Now, this asshole here says an hour ago, it says, now it's confirmed he was the greatest president by far. Even he knew it was best to separate the races. Almost if he had a crystal ball. Thanks for trying, Abe. You see what you're dealing with here? You see what you're dealing with here. These people, and for some of you that expect any type of, I don't know, redeemable qualities from these pieces of shit. What did I read Psalms 43 and 1 for? They are ungodly. All right? They are deceitful and unjust. So, Robert Doherty says, so this article is saying that by returning people back to their families and homes in their country of origin is an experiment. Now, here's Bubble Buster. You gotta love it. Now, if we could only get the unmelanated to return back to their caves in the Caucasus Mountains. So, hey, Bubble, what's coming their way, they're going to wish they never left them motherfuckers. Dennis Tomlian. The only reason it failed was because he didn't send all of them. Brenda Carter, happier among their own. Who knew? Guest. Another straight to the point. He didn't care for them either. No, he didn't. Jeffrey Edwards. I'm just reading these, giving you an indication of what these motherfuckers really think about you. Give them us. Give them a one-way ticket to Africa. Really? AP 001896 says, really? I don't get some of the comments. Would they have preferred slavery? And that was another point I was going to make before I got, I don't know what happened to them. Got shut off there. Wow. These devils, boy. But the thing, what I was getting from that was they were saying that they were better off here in America. All right. Another argument, hey, we rescued these, when it's been proven, when you really search out, because these are things that they tried to hide, that the places we came from were well cared for. It wasn't, you got to understand, they had to make it look as if we were savages. This goes for Gad too, when he was over here. And a lot of lies were told to make an excuse for what they've done. But it doesn't matter. Their fate is sealed. So, the joke's on you. Patrick Butler. And maybe you can go back to where you derived from, because it sure wasn't here. Dan 1290 SD. We should try it again on a much larger scale. Someone else says, wish it would have worked. Nene Graham. Yes. And I'm going to end it probably with this one. Probably. It says, well, it didn't. Remember, the Most High is watching. And your pilgrims, his ancestors, took this land from the natives, always trying to take over something and somebody. Your day is coming, and see who gets the last laugh, just as I would say. Hey, so I'm going to end it right there. It's so nice. I got to put up the link. I'll probably put it up to this one, but wow. It just, did it hurt them that bad? I guess so. They just, like, fuck it. Because I surely didn't touch anything. But in any case, hey. Call it all your hot about shit, y'all shy about shit. These devils, they have nowhere to run. All right, they're going to get their comeuppance, their just desserts very soon here. Hey, so with that, shalom. Oh.